Welcome to our show, College Briefing. Today, we dive into some fascinating stories making waves in the world of sports and beyond. First up, the chocolate industry is facing a challenge as climate change threatens cocoa production. Companies are now looking towards innovative solutions, including lab-grown cocoa and alternative ingredients, to keep up with the soaring demand for chocolate. With cocoa prices on the rise, this could be the sweet solution the industry needs. In sports, Kalen DeBoer's debut as Alabama's head coach was nothing short of spectacular, leading the team to a staggering 63-0 victory over Western Kentucky. New talent shone bright in this season opener, showcasing the potential of the team as they aim for a successful future. DeBoer is stepping out of the legendary Nick Saban's shadow, and fans are buzzing with excitement about what's to come. Lastly, we turn our attention to Macau, where Sam Hoefai, a former top judge, has announced his candidacy for chief executive. If successful, he would be the first leader born outside Macau, bringing a fresh perspective to the city's governance. However, questions linger about his lack of political experience in an economy heavily reliant on casinos. Can he steer Macau towards diversification? Stay tuned as we follow his campaign journey. Please continue watching for more detailed content. Yahoo US reports on the innovative approaches being taken to secure the future of cocoa production amid the challenges posed by climate change. With the cocoa tree's natural habitat being increasingly threatened, companies like California Cultured are pioneering lab-grown cocoa, cultivating cocoa bean cells in sugar water vats that allow for rapid growth in just a week. This method not only reduces water usage but also minimizes labor demands. The soaring demand for chocolate, with U.S. sales exceeding $25 billion, has prompted these advancements, as traditional cocoa sources face instability due to diseases and climate-induced changes. Meanwhile, companies are also exploring cocoa substitutes crafted from ingredients like oats and sunflower seeds, aiming to satisfy consumers' cravings while addressing ethical concerns surrounding child labor in cocoa farming. The Toronto Star highlights Kalen DeBoer's impressive debut as the new head coach for Alabama, where he led his team to a resounding 63-0 victory over Western Kentucky. With a pregame atmosphere steeped in tradition, DeBoer embraced the moment, and his players responded with electrifying performances. Freshman Ryan Williams, a prized recruit, showcased his potential with 2 spectacular touchdown catches. DeBoer's strategic leadership and the contributions of newcomers, including transfer players and talented freshmen, signal a promising start for Alabama as they embark on a new season. The excitement among players and fans alike is palpable, as they look forward to building on this successful beginning. In another thrilling college football matchup, the Toronto Star reports on McNeese's comeback victory over Southern, led by Clifton McDowell's 2 fourth-quarter touchdown runs. After a slow start, with Southern capitalizing on a turnover to take a 7-0 lead, McNeese rallied in the final quarter. McDowell's determination shone through as he scored twice, turning the tide of the game. D'Angelo Durham added a crucial touchdown, sealing a 21-7 victory for McNeese. The game showcased the resilience of the Cowboys as they overcame adversity to secure their first win of the season, thrilling fans with a dramatic finish. South China Morning Post reports on the candidacy of Sam Hoefai, a former top judge in Macau, who is vying for the position of city leader. With a unique background as the first leader born outside of Macau and lacking a business pedigree, Sam is banking on his extensive judicial experience and commitment to diversifying the casino-reliant economy. His tenure as head of the Court of Final Appeal has been marked by handling sensitive cases, yet critics question his political acumen and ability to manage economic restructuring. Despite this skepticism, some view his non-local roots and absence of vested interests as advantageous for implementing necessary reforms, particularly in strengthening ties with Portuguese-speaking nations. South China Morning Post also highlights new guidelines issued by Beijing aimed at enhancing the teaching profession in China. The government seeks to elevate teachers' status by improving their rights and competence while allowing them to discipline students effectively. These guidelines come in response to long-standing issues within the education system, where teachers face bureaucratic burdens and pressures from parents. Educators like Cindy Wang express concerns about the fine line they must tread when disciplining students, as they are vulnerable to backlash from parents. The guidelines aim to foster a more supportive environment for teachers, but many remain skeptical about their effectiveness amidst a still heavily competitive and exam-focused education landscape. Associated Press covers Georgia Tech's decisive 35-12 victory over Georgia State, marking a strong start to their season. Quarterback Haynes King showcased his skills by throwing 2 touchdown passes and rushing for another score, leading the Yellow Jackets to a balanced offensive performance. Despite a promising start from Georgia State, Tech's defense held firm, denying them crucial scoring opportunities. The Yellow Jackets took control of the game with a series of impactful plays, ultimately securing a comfortable win in their first-ever matchup against the Panthers. This victory puts Georgia Tech at 2-0 for the first time since 2016, as they prepare to face Syracuse in their upcoming Atlantic Coast Conference opener. Associated Press. In a thrilling season opener, Incarnate Word showcased their dominance with a 28-7 victory over Northern Colorado. Zach Calzada shone as he threw 2 touchdown passes, while Declan Taylor made his mark with 2 rushing touchdowns. The game kicked off with Taylor's explosive 27-yard touchdown run, but the Bears quickly responded with a long 58-yard dash by Van Shield to even the score. Calzada's precision passing, including a spectacular 46-yard connection with Jalen Waithall, propelled the Cardinals to a halftime lead. The defense was equally formidable, forcing fumbles and intercepting 2 passes, sealing the game with Taylor's final touchdown after an impressive 86-yard drive. Associated Press. In a nail-biting encounter, Texas Tech narrowly escaped with a 52-51 overtime victory against Abilene Christian. The Red Raiders' Baron Morton delivered a career-high performance, throwing 5 touchdown passes, while Taj Brooks added a significant 153 rushing yards. The Wildcats, led by Maverick McIver who threw for an astounding 506 yards, kept the pressure on throughout the game. With the score tied in overtime, Texas Tech's defense stepped up, as Jaden Cofield sacked McIver during a crucial 2-point conversion attempt, ultimately securing the win for the Red Raiders. This thrilling matchup highlighted the resilience of both teams and set the stage for a competitive season ahead. Associated Press. The highly anticipated clash between number 7 Notre Dame and number 20 Texas A&M ended with the Fighting Irish pulling away late for a 23-13 victory. Jeremiah Love electrified the crowd with a decisive 21-yard touchdown run in the final minutes, breaking a tie and showcasing his agility as he slipped through defenders. Despite a strong defensive effort from Notre Dame, the Aggies had a chance to equalize but were thwarted by Christian Gray's crucial pass deflection. Riley Leonard, making his debut for Notre Dame after transferring from Duke, contributed significantly with both his arm and legs. The Fighting Irish defense proved impenetrable, limiting Texas A&M to just 246 yards and forcing 2 turnovers, setting a strong tone for their season. Associated Press reports on a historic opening for the Pac-12 season as Oregon State and Washington State kick off their 2024 campaigns, marking the beginning of a new era for the conference after a tumultuous realignment. The 2 teams, now the last remaining members of the Pac-12, showcased their talents in nationally televised games, a stark contrast to previous years where regional broadcasts were the norm. Oregon State triumphed over Idaho State 38-15, while Washington State dominated Portland State 70-30. Despite the changes, both teams are focused on their performance and maintaining traditional rivalries, including the upcoming matchups against each other during Thanksgiving. In a thrilling season opener, Associated Press highlights UCLA's narrow 16-13 victory over Hawaii, thanks to Mateen Baghani's clutch 32-yard field goal with just 56 seconds remaining. The Bruins faced a challenging first half, trailing 10-0, but rallied in the second half, scoring all their points to secure the win. The game marked UCLA's debut in the Big Ten Conference under new coach Deshaun Foster, and while they showed resilience, questions linger about their performance moving forward. Hawaii, despite the loss, demonstrated their competitive spirit, seeking to break their drought against power conference teams. Associated Press also covers SMU's commanding 59-7 victory against Houston Christian in their first home game since joining the Atlantic Coast Conference. Brashard Smith led the charge with 108 rushing yards and 2 touchdowns, while the defense shined with a fumble return for a touchdown by nose tackle Anthony Booker Jr. SMU's offense was explosive, scoring on multiple possessions after an initial 3-and-out, showcasing their depth with multiple quarterbacks contributing to the scoreline. Houston Christian struggled to keep pace, managing only 1 touchdown and suffering from turnovers. Looking ahead, both teams are set for crucial matchups, with SMU preparing to face BYU next. Associated Press reports that Jake Retzlaff shone in BYU's season opener, throwing for a career-high 348 yards and 3 touchdowns, leading the Cougars to a commanding 41-13 victory over Southern Illinois. Retzlaff, who secured the starting quarterback position after a competitive fall camp, showcased his skills with big plays, including a 57-yard touchdown pass to JoJo Phillips and a 19-yard strike to Madieva Taisi. Chase Roberts was a standout receiver with 7 catches for 108 yards, while the Cougars' defense pressured the Salukis effectively, resulting in 2 sacks and an interception. Southern Illinois struggled to find their rhythm offensively, with DJ Williams managing just 98 passing yards and a few notable runs. In another impressive opener, Louisiana Lafayette triumphed over Grambling with a score of 40-10, led by quarterback Ben Wooldridge, who threw for 308 yards and 3 touchdowns. The Ragin' Cajuns established dominance early, scoring 3 touchdowns in the first half, including a 56-yard touchdown pass to Tavian Smith. The defense also made its mark with an interception returned for a touchdown by Caleb Caboti, helping to build a commanding 30-point lead by halftime. Despite a late score from Grambling, the Ragin' Cajuns maintained control throughout the game, marking their 3rd consecutive season opener against a Division I FCS team from Louisiana. In a thrilling finish, Arkansas State edged out Central Arkansas 34-31 thanks to a last-second touchdown catch by Corey Rucker. The Red Wolves appeared to be in control with a 27-10 lead, but Central Arkansas mounted a comeback, scoring 21 unanswered points. In a nail-biting fourth quarter, Arkansas State's Jalen Rayner orchestrated a critical drive, culminating in a 7-yard touchdown pass to Rucker, who made a spectacular catch to secure the win. Rayner's performance included 317 passing yards and a rushing touchdown, while Central Arkansas's Shun Derek Powell excelled with a remarkable 89-yard touchdown run and contributed significantly to their offense. The victory marked a continuation of Arkansas State's strong record against FCS opponents. Thank you for tuning in. The content above showcases the latest briefing reports and analytical synopses, thoughtfully curated by the 6Do team. These insights stem from a wide array of reputable media outlets, think tanks, government sources, and specialized experts worldwide. We encourage you to explore these sources for a comprehensive perspective. Keep in mind that while the content may not always align with the official standpoint of 6Do Brief, it's not meant to be taken as absolute directives for decision-making. Comprising seasoned media professionals, learned scholars, and accomplished scientists, the 6Do team embodies a trailblazing, fully independent media entity. To customize 6Do Brief to meet your professional needs, you have the option to subscribe to a diverse array of briefings on our website, 6dobrief.com. Regardless of your location, you can conveniently receive 6Do Brief via email.